Hello students, welcome to Englication tutorials. I'm Hardik Thakkar, a faculty of English department at St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss Hello students, welcome to Englication tutorials. I'm Hardik Thakkar, a faculty of English department at St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss about a very important, a pioneer and modernist movement, Imagism. As you already know, how romantic or Victorian poet used to write. The romantics were more driven by nature and imagination, and their poetic style was melodic and lyrical, which had much to do with music. But as the age advanced and the poetry entered in the realm of modern era, there came a great shift in treating poetry. Poetry is now not considered with rhythm, rhyme and meter. It became much liberated from these traditional cycles, the forms of prosodic features, and now are written in free verse. Writings were driven for some purposes earlier, but now writings are driven for its own sake. It is experimental now. Writing has focused more on linguistic aspects, especially after symbolic moment. Words are not merely words, but an image. Poetry is expected to be precise in generating image, and it needs to omit out whatever is extra, which does not contribute anything in creating image. Out of this idea generated a movement called Imagism. However, Imagism was a successor to French symbolist movement, but both are different in producing the final result. Symbolism is concerned much with music, whereas Imagism is concerned with sculpture. The members of this movement were called Imagists. They were a mixture of American and English poets. They all, under shades of Ezra Pound in 1912, started a poetic campaign which was meant to revolt against the romantic optimism. This group included Hilda Doolittle, Richard Adlington and F.S. Flint. But before this, these poets were already inspired and led by critical views of T.E. Hume, who is believed to be the first leader of this group, who pioneered the base of Imagism in 1908. But after the entry of Pound, this group got a better vision and argument. Pound brought essential principles to this group, which he explained in his The Imagist, and made the movement consolidatory. The principles were this: to use the language of common speech, but always the exact word, not the nearly exact, not the merely decorative word. To create new rhythms as the expression of new moods, not to copy old rhythms which merely echoes old mood. We do not insist upon free verse as the only method of writing poetry. We fight for it as a principle of liberty. We believe that the individuality of a poet may often be better expressed in free verse than in conventional forms. In poetry, a new cadence means a new idea. To allow absolute freedom in the choice of subject. It is not good art to write badly about aeroplanes and automobiles, nor is it necessarily bad art to write well about the past. We believe passionately in the artistic value of modern life, but we wish to point out that there is nothing so uninspiring nor so old-fashioned as an aeroplane of the year 1911. To present an image, hence the name Imagist. We are not a school of painters, but we believe that poetry should render particulars exactly and not deal in vague generalities, however magnificent and sonorous. It is for this reason that we oppose the cosmic poet, who seems to us to shirk the real difficulties of his art, to produce poetry that is hard and clear, never blurred nor indefinite. Finally, the most of us believe that concentration is of the very essence of poetry. Now let's take few examples. The poem 1. This is Just to Say by William Carlo Williams. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. Poem 2. In a station of metro by Ezra Pound. The apparition of these faces in the crowd paddles on a wet black bow. Poem 3. Fog by Carl Sandburg. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Among all these examples, these poems, few things are common. No fancy language, few words, no use of stiff structured rhythm. In 1914, Pound turned to Wordism, and Amy Lowell greatly hindered leadership of the group, and the Imagism led by her came to be known as Amiism. The works of Imagists were basically published in 4 anthologies. First, that's The Imagist, which was published in 1914. Some Imagist. Third one, Poetry, which was published in 1912. And last one was The Egoist, which was again published in 1914. Imagism as a modernist movement influenced several poets and writers of the modern age, such as the major poets like T.S. Eliot and the writers like James Joyce. So this was all about Imagism in nutshell. However, if you have any doubt, any questions and want to know further about this, you can write in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you.